I'd swear I have no brand loyalty, but you wouldn't believe me anyway. Yep, it's a GT. The king of all the grand touring cars in America. It's the best. I mean, it says it, right? So, right over here on the back, if you just look over here, it's called the GT. So, like, it's the one. There's no Camaro GT. Is there? Is there a Challenger GT? I don't think so. So obviously, this is the best one of all the GT cars in America. So, yeah, that's that. That's not the reason I got it. Well, it kind of is. I mean, the nameplate isn't. The car being what it is why I got that. So yeah, this right here is a custom order 2022 Ford Mustang GT 6-speed PP1 301A with the optional forged wheels. So that's it. That's all the options. Also, obviously, spoiler delete over there. So don't worry, there are no spoilers in this video, ladies and gentlemen. So moving on, this glorious Gen 3 5-liter Coyote V8 shoves 460 horsepower into a 6-speed transmission that drives a 373 to 1-geared torsion differential. So yeah, all of that stuff is really good. People complain about the 6 speeds in these newer cars. Honestly, I think most of it is just kind of people hopping on the bandwagon. It's not the greatest 6-speed in the world. It's not going to make you think, oh wow, this is better than a gated Ferrari shifter. But it is not trash, and I've experienced no problems whatsoever, and I've got like 2,000 miles of, we'll say, spirited driving on her at this point. So yeah, torsion. I said torsion. It has the performance pack that includes a bunch of little suspension goodies, positively massive 15-inch 6-piston Brembos, and some unique chassis tuning, whatever the hell that means. If you just look right there, those guys, that's really big. Quite a big step up from the car that you are not viewing in this video that I will get to the goings on with in just a little bit. So yeah, no Magna-Ride, no active exhaust, no spoiler, obviously, no menacing murdered out wheels, just these ones that are not black and show how dirty the Brembo brakes can make them in just a couple hundred miles. Less than that, actually. If you just spend a solid 30 minutes of cruising around doing some spirited driving, you need to wash them. So something to consider. Yeah, so here's the thing about this car. When I say it's better than I thought it could be, you've got to understand something. I hated the 2015 GT I drove. It was a boat. The more I like a thing, the more I expect from it. And like, I like that car, but it was flawed. It was flawed because it could not corner. It was extremely unpredictable. It looked really cool. It had a lot of power, but it just felt, the suspension made it feel dangerous. So yeah, Ford delivered, and good night nurse, how they have delivered. This thing, well, let's just say I'm finding a lot more reasons to go to the store lately. My wife was like, so where'd you go? And I was just like, you know, out. So, yeah, the Cobra, about that. Finished it, and I loved it, but something just wasn't quite right. It took me a little while to work out the problem, and then one day it just hit me. I'm the problem. I was out driving one day, and my boy was with me, and I shushed him, which is not a big deal. I do that all the time. But in this particular case, I was listening for a problem. And then I just sort of, it kind of hit me. I was listening for like what I thought might be an issue, and I was not having fun. I was not having a really good time. Like, me driving that car was like, I was always just going to be thinking and waiting for something to break. Also, no back seats, and that whole thing with the Cobra, like, I thought I wanted to like feel everything, you know, a like visceral connection between man and machine and all that crap. But I think I might have been wrong. You see, it's a little bit like art. This is art, right? And like all music, the right note at the wrong time is the wrong note. I had spent several years building a car that was based on this idea, and I finished it, and it was great, and it was awesome, and I had tons of fun, but I was having tons of fun by myself. Anyways, so yeah, by myself, which was not fun, as it turns out. I had lots of questions from all that, and like I dealt with all the questions, and I was just like, I was stuck with this one. And the question was this: why am I still acting like a broke college kid with no family? I mean, that's basically what it was. I pieced together the Cobra, built it on a budget, stayed true pretty much the budget, hit the target, had tons of fun with the thing, and it was a success story. But it took me basically from idea to completion about 6 years to finish all that. In that time, I didn't even realize it in the moment, but really before I even had that idea, like I had this kind of picturesque thing going on, this vision, and I didn't realize that even at that time of my idea, it was incompatible with what with my life, with who I am. You know, 25-year-old me, perfect fit. 35-year-old me, not perfect fit. So here's the thing. The other day, with the kids, the family farm, we came back. My son tells me he loves my car. He loves this thing. It's like tons of fun. He thinks it's amazing. Those are his words. Like, they call it Bluey. Haven't really been able to work out why, but that's what they call it. Oh, yeah, she heard her name, so she's gonna make a noise. So that's what I'm looking for, dude. So my son really likes this car. I don't have to worry about the thing breaking, because if it does break, Ford will take care of it. And it's not perfect. It's not a Rolls Royce, but it's not supposed to be. So here's the thing. Wheel hop sucks. I installed some spacers in the back to mitigate like tons of that. So to fix that, added a couple things to mitigate the rock chippage. These little guys. Looks practically OEM. That was like 20 bucks from American Muscle. And these guys back here, these little GT350 flat mud flap deals. Turn this light on. See that? Those guys. So did that, and that's pretty much it. That's all I've done to the car, and it's really great right out of the box. So it's a fantastic GT car. It's a little bit rougher ride. I've actually been trying to tame it a little bit. Like the sound tube, ripped that out. That was just annoying. It introduced drone into the cab. The tires, those tires are very noisy. I want to put some Continentals on this thing. It's not the best, it's not the fastest, it's not the most awe-inspiring thing. It's not a Porsche, but it's honest about what it is. You know, like check this out. So here's the thing. Like here's what they love. Here's what the kids love. That right there. The little light up LED stuff. They flippin' love that. They love that the gauges like change color. Like all the stuff that I thought was like cool and everything for me for like the Cobra, they were like, it's neat. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Dad. But there's stuff on this car that they went freaking nuts over, and they thought was amazing and awesome. That I thought was kind of trivial and it didn't really matter. So, yeah, sometimes you gotta build, sometimes you gotta make a thing to realize you don't really even want that thing. Sometimes you gotta get that thing in your hands and it's gotta be real for you to realize it's not the right fit. It's not it. What it is in reality in your life is a completely different thing than it being just in your head, you know? And that's what the Cobra was. I built it. I had a lot of fun with it. Sometimes I still kind of miss that thing because, like, if I could have both, I would love to have both. But, because, like, that Cobra, that is a better handling car than this thing. It is an absolute scalpel. It is like precision input, man. It is just dialed in everywhere. But there's no wheel hop in the Cobra. Like there's no nannies getting in the way. It just does everything you want it to all the time. Catch is with the Cobra, you got to be real careful all the time. This thing, it's a lot more forgiving whenever it comes to, the nannies looking out for you and stuff. The thing is, the Cobra sold it to a local guy. Seems like a really great dude. I think he really gets the car. He really gets what I was going for. And he was able to really appreciate it. And my hope is that he takes care of it and maybe he finishes the paintwork that needed to be I told him about everything that needed to be redone. I was very transparent, especially since he's local. Like he knows where I live. So hopefully I see that dude again, and I don't know, shake a hand, make a friend, all that stuff. So yeah, that's where we are. This is Bluey. Here's the thing. I've been working on, the reason why it's taken me so long to do this is I've been working on like camera, like shot quality and stuff like that. So you may notice that the video is hopefully a lot better. So what I've done is I've kind of got a little makeshift rig using this Insta360 camera. It's a little action cam. You can swap out the images, like there's like a lot of modularity with the system and stuff. And I've been learning about cinematography and all that. So the kinds of videos that I'm going to be making in the future, I'm trying to really up the quality, but also make them more cinematic, which is what I'm working on right now. I need my wife is a photographer, and I've been dabbling in the cinematography stuff, just kind of with my phone for a while. But the phone quickly, it was quickly revealed that my phone was not good enough for what I wanted to do, which is like rolling shots, like shots with movement and emotion, and like darker lighting and things like that. So for 2023, we've got a lot more going on. Still just a hobby. None of this stuff is monetized. It'll probably never be. I would need subscribers for that. Thank you, my loyal little 200. I appreciate all of you. I'm trying to make better stuff, but it's still just for funsies. So yeah, that's that. That's the new car. That's Bluey. And that's what we've been up to. Okay, so thanks for stopping by. take the like button out for dinner, treat it real nice, subscribe if you haven't ever been here before. Really appreciate it, and I will keep you folks posted with all of the goings ons of things in the shop. So that's it. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Take care of one another.